Hello everyone, I am Divya, your math facilitator. Today we shall discuss exercise 3.1 of our class 10. So we have already discussed the concept of this chapter in the earlier videos. If you have missed watching it, then please do watch the concept video because the entire concept of the chapter is discussed very briefly and in a very short time. Okay, so it will help you to solve the exercise problems. So let's begin. After tells his daughter, 7 years ago I was 7 times as old as you were then. Also, 3 years from now, I shall be 3 times as old as you will be. So, now you have to represent the situation graphically and algebraically also. So, graphically means you have to draw the graph and see how are the equations, are they intersecting, are they parallel, or are the lines coincident. And algebraically means you have to frame the mathematical statement and solve them, right? Here they are only asking you to represent, they are not asking you the solution. See here, they are asking you to represent them algebraically and graphically. They are not actually asking you to find the solution. So solution finding is there in exercise 3.2. We will discuss it later. So as of now, we shall represent it graphically and algebraically. Now by looking at it, you can see this is problem related to age, right? So whenever you have this problem, you will just take let the percentage. Okay, you have comparison with the percentage and the future and percentage and the past. So you just take the percentage of. See here, Aftab tells his daughter, 7 years ago I was 7 times as old as you are. So let us take Aftab's age. Okay, that means Aftab is comparing his age to his daughter. So let us take Aftab's age as present age of Aftab. Let us take it as X years. Okay, so we are simply taking it as X years. And let us take present age of Aftab's daughter. Let us take it as Y years. Okay, so after we have taken it as X years and his daughter we have taken it as Y years. Now the first condition you have from here to here, the first line, he is telling his daughter that 7 years ago, that means he is representing the past age. Okay, so 7 years ago, he is telling a situation where I was 7 times as old as you were then. I was seven times as old as you were then. That means you were then means the daughter's age. Then the daughter's age. He is talking about the daughter's age at that time. At that time means 7 years ago. So what you will do is firstly to find the condition, you will firstly find Aftab's age and daughter's age 7 years ago. For example, if your age right now is 15 years, what is your age 5 years ago? Simple, present age minus 5 years, 15 minus 5 will give you 10 years. And what is your age 2 years from now? That means after 2 years, your age will be 15 plus 2. So present age plus 2. That means whenever you want a future age, you will add that particular number. If you want 2 years from now, you will add that 2 to the present age. If you want the past age, you will subtract that particular number. So here we need past age. 7 years ago, that means I have to subtract 7 from whom? From the present age. So after age 7 years ago will be present age minus 7. So present age is X minus 7. And his daughter's age 7 years from now will be Y minus 7. Now what is the condition given to us? They are saying that after say 7 years ago after was 7 times as old as his daughter. After is 7 times as old as his daughter. So after is X minus 7. His 7 times his daughter is Y minus 7. Just simplify this. So X minus 7 is equal to 7Y minus 7 sevens are 49. Or I can write the final equation is X minus 7 minus 7y, just transposing 7y and 49 to this side. So minus 7y plus 49 equal to 0. Or X minus 7y, 49 minus 7 is plus 42 equal to 0. So this is your first condition. You have represented the first situation algebraically. Okay. Now the second situation here you have in the second line also 3 years from now. Okay. So 3 years from now. 3 years from now means future age. So after will be how many years? As I told you, present plus the number. So present is x plus 3. 3 years from now, so is x plus 3. Daughter's age will be 3 years from now. Present age is y plus 3. So what is the condition given? After will be, I shall be 3 times as old as you. So after will be 3 times, times means multiplication, as old as daughter. So after is x plus 3, daughter is 3 times y plus 3. So the condition is x plus 3 is equals to 3y plus 9, or I can write x minus 3y plus 3 minus 9 equals to 0, or x minus 3y minus 6 equal to 0. This is the second condition. The first condition is x minus 7y plus 42. Okay, we have represented algebraically. The second situation, x minus 3y minus 6 equal to 0, we have represented it algebraically. Now you have to draw a graph for both. The first equation is x minus 7y plus 42 equal to 0, isn't it? Yes. And the second condition, x minus 3y minus 6 equal to 0. So let us take x value, y value. To draw a line, as you know, these are linear equations, you get only straight line. So to draw a straight line, only 2 points are sufficient to define a line. So I am taking x equal to 0. What is y value if you take x as 0? If I am taking x as 0, it is 0 minus 7y plus 42 equal to 0, or 7y equal to 42. So y value I will get it as 6, 7, 6 are 42. If I take y as 0, what is x value? X will be minus 42. Direct substitution. If you think minus 42 is a bigger value, you can go for a smaller value. Okay, so you can take any other value of x. For example, let us take x as, just take x as 1 or 2 and see how much you are getting. If you take x as 1 or 2, how much you are getting? So again, you will get a bigger value. Or let us take yes, let us take y as 1 and see what is the value you are getting if you take y as 1, because see here, if you take y as 1, x will be 7y plus 42. So it will be 7, y is 1, so 7 into 1 is 7 plus 42. So y you will get it as 49, which is again a bigger value. So let's not take y as 1. Okay, or yes. And one more important thing, this has to be minus 42. So you will get minus 35 here. Okay, you will get minus 35. If you take y as 1, you will get minus 35, which is again a bigger value. So let's take y as 2. So x will be 7 2s are 14 minus 42. So how much are you getting? 14 minus 42. You will get a 8 and 28 minus 28. Okay, so in multiples of 7 it is reducing, since you have it as 7y minus 42. Okay, so you can choose any of the values to draw the graph. I am choosing the less values. Okay, not so big values. If you take if you take y as 3, what happens if you take y as 3? This x will be 21. 7 3 is a 21 minus 42. So 21 minus 42 gives you how much? It will give you 21, or I can say minus 21. So as you take y values as greater, if you take 4, your x will be 7 4 is a 28 minus 42. Again a smaller value you'll get. Okay, so this is how you can take your values. So you will get a 14 here, minus 14. So you can take any value. You can take any 2 points are enough. So I'm just taking these 2 points. X is 0, 6, 0, 6, and the last point is minus 14, comma 4. Now why am I taking these values? So that it will be helpful for me to plot the graph. Clear? So this is for the first one. For the second one, have a look. If I take x as 0, what is my y value? X is 0. So y will be 3y is equals to minus 6, or y will be minus 2. Now if I take y as 0, let me see what is my x value. If I take y as 0, x will be simple 6. So these two are smaller values, so I can directly take these values. Okay, so drawing it in a graph paper, we need to just represent it in a graph paper. So let's do that. Okay, so representing this particular points, the first point is 0 comma 6 for the first line, and it is minus 14 comma 4 for the second line. For the second line it is 0 comma minus 2, and it is 6 comma 0. So let us draw the graph. This is 0 0. Let us take this as 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, minus 5, minus 6, minus 7. I need till minus 14. Okay. So minus 8, minus 9, minus 10, or you can take 2 units also. Minus 11, minus 12, minus 13, minus 14. On a graph paper, the graph will be more beautiful. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have taken the scale on x-axis and y-axis as 1 units only. Okay, 1 unit only. Now the first point 0, comma 6. That means 0 on x-axis, 6 on y-axis. So this is the point. And the second point minus 14, comma 4, minus 14 on x-axis and 4 on y-axis. So somewhere here. If I join this line, so I will get a line something like this. Okay. So please do it on a graph paper for a perfect line, and please draw it with scale and pencil. Now the next one 0 comma minus 2, 0 on x-axis, minus 2 on y-axis. This is the line. 6 comma 0, 6 on x-axis, 0 on y-axis. So this is the point. So joining, so something like this you will get. And the two lines are not exactly parallel, they are inclined in this way. Okay, they may meet at some point later when you extend them, but as of now we are not interested to find the solution, because they did not ask you to find the solution. They just asked you to represent it graphically. So this is how the graph looks like. I hope this is clear. And scale, don't forget to write the scale. Scale on x-axis, as I told you, we are just taking one unit, so it is 1 unit. On y-axis also it is just 1 unit. Okay. The next one, the coach of a cricket team buys 3 bats, 6 balls for 3,900, and later she buys another bat and 2 more balls of same kind for 1,300. So represent this algebraically and geometrically. So we are talking about the cost. So let us take cost of bat as x rupees and cost of ball as y rupees. Since we are talking about cost of bat x rupees, cost of ball y rupees. So now, yes, the first condition, 3 bats, 6 balls. 1 bat cost is x rupees. 3 bats cost is 3 into x rupees, isn't it? So 3 bats cost is 3x. Okay, 3 bats cost is 3x plus 6 balls cost is 6y. So the total amount you are paying is 3,900. This is the first condition. The second condition, she buys another bat. Another bat means 1 bat. 1 bat cost is x rupees plus 2 more balls. 2 balls cost is 2 into y. Total she is paying 1,300. So this is your second equation. This is representing algebraically, you have done it. Now graphically also you have to do. That means for the equations I have to write what? I have to write the graphical table of values first to represent it graphically. So these are the two equations. Okay. So if you want to represent it graphically, you will have x, y. Okay. You will have to write x value, y value. But here you can see the values are huge. You can see 3,900, 1,300. But here, can I take 3 common in the first equation, in this equation? If I take 3 common, I'll just simplify it here. You see here, 3 if I take common, I'll have x plus 2y is equals to 1,300. I can write as 3 into 1,300. So this equation, 3 and 3 can cancel. So x plus 2y is 1,300. So the first equation you can modify like this. So I can write it as x plus 2y is 1,300. Clear? And yes, x plus 2y is 1,300, and the next one is also x plus 2y is 1,300. So whenever you have same equations like this, that means they are actually representing which type of lines. Whenever you have equations like this, they are actually representing coincident lines. Yes or no? Yes or no? So you can actually have lines like coincident lines. Okay, so let us proceed further. So you have, yes, one more important thing here. It is x plus 2y is 1300. Okay, and 3x plus 6y is 3900. Okay, so x plus 2y is 1300, and have a look here. Is it 2 balls or 3 balls? In the question here, yes. I'm so sorry that this has to be 3 balls. Okay, in your textbook it is given as 3 balls. So here the equation will be 3y. Okay, now since this is x plus 2y is 1300, this is x plus 3y is 1300, both are different, so they are not coincident lines. If they were same, they would have been coincident, but not now. Okay, so this was x plus 3y. The question, it was 3 balls in the second line. I have mistaken and taken 2 balls. Clear till here? Okay, so for the first equation and second equation, we have to represent it graphically. So to represent it graphically here, as you can see, you will get very high values beta. You will get very high values because you have 1300, which is a very big value. So if you take x as, so let's take x as 100. If you are taking x as 100, your y will be how much? Y is nothing but I can take 1300 minus x divided by 2. From this equation, I have taken y value. So x is 100, so 1300 minus 100 is 1200 divided by 2. So y will be 600. If you take x as 100, y will be 600. Similarly, one more point, let's take, because you'll anyway get bigger values. So if you take x as 300, because why am I doing this here? You can see my y has multiple of 2. Okay, so if I want to divide it, if I want to get an integral value, this has to be y is 1300 minus whatever value I'm going to take for x, that has to be divisible by 2. Okay, the entire numerator has to be divisible by 2. If I take 200, it will be 1300 minus 200, 1100. 1100 is not exactly divisible by 2. Okay, 1100 divided by 2. Also, if you're taking it as 200. So, how much will you get? So, 2 5s are 10, 5s are and 0. Yes, it is divisible, but 550. Let's take something where you have a round figure, so that when you are drawing the scale in the graph, it will be easy for you. So, I just want to take multiples of 100. So, I'm going for, let me take x as, say, 300. If I'm taking it as 300, 1300 minus 300 will give me 1000 divided by 2. Now this is 500. See, this is multiple of 100. So if I'm taking x as 300, my y is 500. So multiple of 500. For plotting my scale, it will be easy. I'll tell you how. Okay. So now the next one, x and y again. Here you can see y is equals to 1300 minus x divided by 3. Here you have to take, the numerator should be divisible by 3. Okay, so that is equal to, I am taking x as 300 now. If I take x as 300, how much will I have beta? It will be 1000 by 300, not divisible. Okay, so let's take x as 100. If you're taking x as 100, 1300 minus 100 is 1200 divided by 3. I'll get a 400 here. Isn't it? Again, multiple of 100. It will be easy for me to plot. Now, next value, how much shall I take? Next value, for the next value, let me take it as 400. If I take x as 400, it will be 1300 minus 400. I'll get a 900 here. The numerator 900 divided by 3, I'll get 300. Okay, so I'm taking x as 400. So let us plot these two values here. What are the points? This is 100 comma 600. This is 300 comma 500, and this point is 100 comma 400. This point is 400 comma 300. Now all the points are in hundreds. So what I'll do is I'll take scale on x axis. I am taking 1 centimeter equal to 100 units. Similarly on y axis also we are considering 1 centimeter equal to 100 units. So now how will you draw the graph, or how will you plot the points? This will be 0, this is 100, this is 200. 1 centimeter, you will take it as 100 units. That is the use of this. That is the reason I told you take it as 100. Okay, so this is minus 100, minus 200. I don't have any negative values in my points. This is 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600. minus 100, minus 200. Now the next step is just plot the points. The first point is 100, comma 600. 100 on x-axis, 600 on y-axis. 300, comma 500. 300 on x-axis, 500 on y-axis. So you will get your line something like this. Now the next 100, comma 400. 100 on x-axis, 400 on y-axis. And 400, comma 300. 400 on x-axis, 300 on y-axis. So this line is also something like this. So these two lines meet at some point. Here you draw it graphically, you will get the point. But I can see these are intersecting lines. Okay. So the next question, since we have to only represent it, we are just representing it. We are not exactly thinking about the solution. We shall think about it in the next exercise. So there you will have to find the solution. So let's do it clearly there. Now here we are only concentrating on how to represent it algebraically and geometrically. That's it. Now the next question, the cost of 2 kg of apples and 1 kg of grapes on a day was found 160. This is the first condition. After a month, cost of 4 apples and 2 kgs of grapes is 300. So we are basically discussing of cost of apples and cost of grapes. So I'm taking cost of apples as x rupees, cost of grapes as y rupees. Similar to the previous question. So 2 kg of apple is 2x plus 3 kg, 1 kg of grapes is 1 into y is 1y. You are paying 160 rupees. This is the first condition. Second condition, cost of 4 kg of apple is 4x plus 2 kg of grape is 2y. You are paying how much? 300. That's it. So here if you want from the second equation, you can take 2 common. You will have 2x plus y is equals to 300. So I can write 2x plus y is equal to 300 divided by 2. I'll get 150. So this is one equation. This is one equation. You are represented algebraically and here the work is done. The next one you will have to draw graph for this. So 2x plus y is 160 is one equation and 2x plus y is 150 is one more equation. Let's draw the graph. So x, y, x, y. Only 2 points are sufficient as I have been telling you. If I take x as 0, my y value will be 160. If I take y as 0, my x value will be how much better? X will be 160 divided by 2, it will be 80. If I take x as 0, okay, if I take x as 0, y will be 150. If I take y as 0, x will be how much? X will be 75, 150 divided by 2. Let's plot the graph here. So the points are 0, 160, 80, 0 and here it is 0, 150 and 75, 0. So plotting, and as I told you, you will write scale. Scale on x-axis and y-axis. 1 centimeter equal to how many units shall we take? Let's see here. So 0, 160, 80, 0, 0, 150, 75, 0. So in multiples of 10 I will take. So x-axis I'll take 10 units. Y-axis also I'll take 10 units because they are bigger values. So let me plot the points here. So this is 0, 10, 20, 30. Since I have taken 10 units on x-axis and on y-axis. 70. Okay, and yes. Here also it is 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90 and as you can see we need till 160 until 150. So what I can do is actually I can draw the graph in this way. Okay, have a look here. I can start drawing my graph from this point since there are no negative y values. So this will be now 10, 20, 30. My x value maximum are 80 and 75. So 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 and 90 are sufficient. But here on y-axis I want 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 120, 130, 140, 150 and 160 little avoid. So if we want, we can also do one more modification. We can actually take y-axis value. Here we can take scale on y-axis as 20 units. Okay, so that my y-axis will be little small. So then what happens, beta? Have a look here. So this you understood, isn't it? So if I take 20 units, what happens? My graph will be even more little neat. Okay, so yeah, so it will be like this. You'll take 20, since 20 units, y-axis 1 unit is 20 units, so this is 20, 40, 60, multiples of 20 you'll take 80, 100, 120, 140, 160, here itself you are getting. Did you all understand? So depending on your graph size, depending on your points, you will take the scale. No, there is no rule that you will have to take the scale like this only. Now the first scale which I have taken 10 units, you can take that also. You will get the same graph, but little enlarged one. If you take this scale, you will get a little stringed graph. Okay, but the graph will be same. The points will be same. The answer will be same. Okay. So let's take the first point is 0, 160. 0 on x-axis, 160 on y-axis, this is the point. And 80, 0, 80 on x-axis and 0 on y-axis, this is the point. So just join this is the line. The next one is 0, 150, 0 on x-axis. Let me change the color. As you can see here, between 140 to 160, here you will have 150. And 75, 0, between 70 and 80, here you will have 75. So join these two. Now these two, I can see these two are clear parallel lines, isn't it? They won't meet at any time. How much ever you extend, they will never meet. So this is the graph which I can get for the third question. Okay, we have represented it algebraically, and also we have drawn the graph. So in the next exercise, we will be learning of how to draw the graph and also how to find the solution. So I hope this class is very clear for you. If yes, don't forget to subscribe to the channel so that you'll get more and more videos of this type or of this kind, and we will be completing the entire syllabus. And also I'm planning term 1 MCQs for you, because your term 1 examination is complete MCQ. So I'm planning MCQ practice for you via polling session. So don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Like this video right now, share it with all your friends, so that if we have a big number, we can do many things on this channel. And don't forget to comment and let me know if you need any more classes of this kind. Thanks for watching.